You're watching Cruise Life TV with Greg and Michelle.
Cruise Life TV, come aboard. Every day, new world explored. Sailing seas, we're living free. Come and join Cruise Life TV.
Hi.
Oh my goodness! Thanks for having me.
Are you kidding? Thank you for being
no
here.
Autographs. Please stop! I can't. Very important. Very busy.
Hi, love.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. I love the blue glasses. It's turquoise.
It's just something. It just happens. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, this is Michelle with Cruise Life TV, and we're on board the Carnival Vista. And we're here sitting down with On the Spot with MarQ. The amazing cruise director.
I don't know about all
he
that,
has
but
brought so much fun to this special holiday cruise. I mean, the energy, the
that's
jokes.
just coffee. That's right to the vein.
I don't think there's enough coffee in Cuba to bring that kind of energy. But here we are at the Havana Bar, having a nice chat with him, and we're so excited. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here.
Of course.
And one of the things that we're really passionate about is the St. Jude, because it really brings attention to that wonderful charity organization.
Absolutely.
So we like to ask the cruise directors what their favorite or most memorable group for St. Jude.
I think one of the things about St. Jude as a whole is we as cruise directors have been pulled off our ships now twice, where we've gone over and we've done what we call the day of play. And to be able to go to St. Jude is incredible. So just to be able to kind of see the behind the scenes and what the patients go through on a normal day today, but then even more than that, like also the families are going through, and the fact that they look at it as a time of need, but it's also a time of being able to celebrate the fact that they're there, and they don't look at it as necessarily the most, what we would kind of say is hardest times. They look at it as just a bump in the road, and they're getting through it.
Wow.
And so to be able to kind of keep that in mind, and then be able to bring it forth, and then see the excitement of what people are being able to raise and support them is one of the coolest things. We had a family not too long ago that came together, and they raised $5,000 between just a couple of them that decided to chip in, and it was so incredible just to watch this one family that we're just trying to be able to help make a difference for people that are in need, so I think that's probably one of the biggest that I don't necessarily stop and think about a whole lot.
We've had seen a lot of fun, sort of back and forth. We've heard stories, and I love that about going to St. Jude to really feel what it is behind the scenes there.
Well, and I think that was one of the biggest things that caught me off guard was when we had walked in. You kind of expect that you're going into a hospital, so you just kind of anticipate gloom. We had a tour, and as we were walking around, one of my coworkers leaned over and was like, "It doesn't even smell like a hospital," and our tour guide caught us say that and talking about it. And it turns out that St. Jude actually pumps a neutralization smell into the air so that it doesn't smell like a hospital, because everybody has that idea and they just don't want it. So it's interesting. They also brighten up the lights, so therefore you have more of excitement. They let the kids paint the walls, and then they do their own artwork and stuff, and they put that up as well. So I don't know, are you familiar with their glitter parties?
No.
So they have these glitter parties. So when the patients are going through their last treatment, that as it's their last one and they're graduating on out, they have this whole celebration that they do. And so we actually got to go to the glitter rooms, and it was such a difference of what you would expect and what they provide for it, that it was really cool. So that's why I get so excited about it. Just be able to have that little bit of a difference, really makes it exciting. So
awesome. We know that you're super busy, and so thank you again for taking the time. Give us a very quick rundown of what is a day in the life. I know embarkation day is different than every other day, but a typical...
they're all so great.
So what's the best day? Is it a sea day, or no? It's a port day when Okay, so give us a day in the life of a port day when you get a little bit of a break.
I think, so the balance of it though is, one day might be most exciting and relaxing for us, but then it's not for somebody else on the ship. And so, for example, our security team love to have the sea days because that's a little bit more relaxing. People are enjoying, where we find that on the port days.
Yeah.
But then they're the ones that have to work extra hard because they're getting everybody on and off the ship, working on the clearance, the turnaround, and so it's a balance across the way. So for us, it's definitely a port day is a little bit more restful and relaxing, just because of the fact that we have everybody kind of go and breathe a little bit, and then when we get everybody back, people will take a nap, and then they'll get up, and then it's like the nighttime is like, all right, let's go, and we can hit the ground running. And as someone that is definitely a night owl, I prefer that ability to be able to do that as well. So yeah.
So you are able to take a nap on a port day?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Absolutely. So usually we'll get up
yeah.
in the morning, we'll get everybody off the ship. I'll usually get a bunch of like admin done, and then I'll have a chance to be able to take a nap, and then we start organizing and getting people ready to come back. And then so whether we go outside and we'll greet people and get them back on board, or depending on what time it is, we're get focused on the stuff for the night. So it's usually an admin busy day, which means that I have a few minutes to like breathe. I can actually rest my vocal cords for like a few minutes and then get ready to ramp it up that night and do it all again. So
yeah. How do you rest your vocal cords? Just
tea.
Hot tea.
Yeah, as much as I can, because like also my find is like I love fishermen's friends, which they are they're super strong. They're not necessarily the best in flavor, but they work wonders. So I actually kind of I get like ginger chews that I'll like wrap it around, and then I'll just like suck on that for a little while, and then like to me, whew,
Yeah.
That's the bread and butter right there. That's the secret course. So and then I do like ginger crystals at night and like just have a chance to be able to just like relax. But at night as much as I can just to be able to like not talk.
Right. Was that a tip from other cruise directors, or is that something you just knew?
So there was a cruise director that I did a handover with, and his name is Steven Schwartz. And so Schwartz was a cruise director with us and retired just as the pandemic was coming back around in our return to service. And when I had done a handover with him, he had these ginger crystals. And I'm not a big fan of ginger. And so I was like, I don't think so. But then like one night my voice was so hoarse and I was so scratchy. And I was like, okay, let me just try these, because he left them in the cabin for me. It was like, he was like, you'll enjoy them. And I was like, I don't know, it's ginger. And I did, and the next morning I woke up and I was like, oh, this isn't actually as bad. And I found out, like, add a little bit of sweetness to it. Now it's like what I live by. So there's the secret sauce for me. But I mean, to each their own, right? Everyone's got something that works a little different. So
we'd had a chance to chat a little bit about you becoming a cruise director, and it was kind of like right out of the gate so tell us a little bit about how that all came to be.
So I never expected my life to be on ships. I had a chance to be able to get hospitality management under my belt, which was amazing, and I loved it. And then it was like, well, now what? And I was living my life in Minnesota, and I had a really good time, and like I was loving what I was doing with a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But then I took a cruise and I had so much fun with it, and like the idea of being able to travel a little bit more and just see the world and stuff, I was like, yeah, that's a little bit more exciting than what I was doing at the time. So I put in my application, and that was in February was the cruise. I put in my application, I want to say April. And then as of November, it was when I joined the ship. And so, it was a quick turnaround. And then I had a chance to be able to cover as a cruise director, and did well enough. And they asked me to come to the Vista as part of the inaugural team, which was insane because I had only been with the company for 4 months, and they were asking me to join an inaugural ship, and I didn't exactly know what that entailed, but I was super excited for it. And then I got here and I had looked at this team and these people that were been with the company for years that had all the knowledge, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to keep up with them. And I just loved the part of it. After that, I had been on board for I was here until December, and then I had found out that I was being asked to go cover as cruise director for a contract.
Wow.
And then afterwards, I was supposed to be just like a one and done, and then next thing you know, now I'm the 4th longest running cruise director in the fleet. That was the cool thing about being able to have that quick transition into being able to be cruise director. And then I had been cruise director for on the Splendor for 3 contracts. So it was about a year and a half that I was on the Splendor. And then I started rotating around the fleet a little bit. And then that's when Schwartz and I had a chance to be able to work again, that he gave me the tips of the ginger crystals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is definitely it was a good tip, because now it's like, you find what works for you. But I mean, it takes a little while, because
That'll be the title of this episode.
yeah, the tips of the year. No, I'm not here to endorse, but I'm just saying.
So what ships have you been? A Splendor, Vista?
So I was on the Magic and the Vista S Fun Squad, and then I stepped up as cruise director on the Splendor and the Fascination, Elation, Inspiration, back to the Magic as cruise director, then went to the Breeze, then went to the Liberty, then after return to service was on the Dream, and then I went to Venezia as inaugural. So
Wow.
and now I'm back on the Vista to loop out. So now officially all the ships that I have been on, I have been cruise director for all of them.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Which
Wow.
is, it's so weird that that I had that. But then also at the same time, it's like, I only had 2 ships as Fun Squad. So,
Yeah.
so,
Do you have a favorite?
no, they're all so great.
Yeah.
I genuinely, I've mentioned this before, is that like all the ships are very different for different reasons. And for us, we don't have the luxury of just saying like, oh, I love it because the Havana bar is like the best, or because we get to lay out in the sun in this particular spot. So for me, it's about the memories that we make on the ships that make them so incredible. That for me, I probably say being a part of the inaugural team for the Vista and the inaugural as cruise director for the Venezia have
Make those.
there's special spots in my heart to like be my babies, and like to kind of watch them blossom and grow, and to be a part of what started that. There's something real special about that. So I lean that way. But then at the same time, Splendor was my first ship as a cruise director. You never forget your first love, which was the Magic, was my first ship. So I'm all over the place.
Yeah. So from a cruise director's point of view, like what is the one thing a guest must do?
That's a tough one, only because I always say that fun is what you make of it. So what might be most exciting and fun for you may not be the same fun for me that it could be to Greg, to Coach, or to, Barb and Joe and Carrie and Larry that are walking around, So I always say, try everything, because you never know what you're going to like until you tried it. So it's all a matter of fun. And at the end of the day, personally, being completely honest, whether somebody has fun with any of the programs or activities that I'm a part of or not, everyone's here to have a good time, and they want to enjoy their vacation. So you got to try stuff. You got to go out and just put yourself out there, because you got to remember that after the 8 days that we're celebrating together, you ain't never going to see these people again. So you have a chance to live your best life. I mean, there's definitely people that I've seen again, and I'm like, oh, it's you. I remember that time, So. But for the most part, and I think the coolest part about being on a ship is that it gets people out of their comfort zone, to the point that if you were at home, you might feel that, oh, I can't do outside of this bubble because my people are going to judge me for doing something outside of that bubble. Where we don't know what you do back home. We don't know why you do what you got going on. And so, just try it and go for it and have fun and commit.
Right.
So so I can't say that I would sway anybody one way or another. It's just try a little bit of everything.
Like karaoke.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Right?
Right? Drop
Sing it
slide.
right, sing it
Do
wrong. Like, it doesn't matter. Sing loud, sing proud. Like, you might not hit a single note that the original artist gave you, but we call that a solo moment. When you do something different from what they gave you, great. You have your solo moment.
There you go.
Yep.
Right. All right. One more quick question.
Yeah.
Chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry?
What were we talking about? Ice cream?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I was like, because I love chocolate cake, but I love strawberry ice cream. Oh.
All right.
Yes, yeah. And especially because it's not an everyday occurrence. Oh, when that strawberry is up on the Lido deck.
Yeah.
It's not always up there.
It's not. But trust me, I follow that rotation and know exactly which days I can go and get some.
That's great. I'm gonna have to. Oh, I think I probably missed it this week, didn't I? Shoot. All right. The next
time,
one.
it's again. You have a chance to now know about it, right?
That is not every day.
That is not every day.
Well, thank you again, Mark, for taking the time to be on the spot with us.
Anytime,
And
anytime.
We have really enjoyed you as a cruise director, and thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Of course, I'm glad you. I'm just have to say I'm honored to be here, and I'm glad that you guys were able to be able to hunt me down, and that we could have a chance to be able to just sit and laugh, because at the end of the day, this is one of the best parts about the job, is to just be able to just like sit and breathe and just chat, and so I think being able to just take a few moments is really cool, and I'm just honored to be a part of the video.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Well, it's been a pleasure to be a part of Cruise Life TV, and I hope you guys have a chance to be able to enjoy all the fun that's been here, and the behind the scenes that you've had a chance to be able to see. Have a chance to be able to like and subscribe, and we'll see you around.